Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about or discuss Jay-Z and do a reading on him. Allegedly, disclaimer, my opinion, I'm not a Piers Morgan, I'm a minute channel, just in case. And so what I understand is a few days ago I saw that he's been accused of similar allegations, or I think him and Diddy were at the same party and they are a 13-year-old girl. Let's check. I was going to do the drones over New Jersey. If you've not seen my December predictions, watch that. And there's some answers in that for you. I just know that some people are not going to be happy with what I say about it. Because you're going to want to know, you only want your narrative on it, and that's fine. Because I can watch people and disagree with them, and I don't have to go, oh my God, you're such an idiot, or, you know, like, be destructive to them and be like, I'm going to unsubscribe and unfollow, and it's nothing to do with the subscribers or anything. But I also don't want to upset people that just want to stay in their narrative. What we need to know, which doesn't sit in the Jay-Z kind of read, is that we sometimes need to be open to, with something. He wants his belly scratching. Let's see if I get him to do it. Up, 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 up. Come on, up, up, up. Rock star, come on, you're a rock star. Good boy, up. He's like, I'm not sure about this right now. You was just scratching my stomach. Oh, you can't see it. When he jumps, his paws are so like, he's so light on his back feet. But he loves his belly scratching. Oh. Okay, so is that enough now? Let's go to Jay-Z. Okay, so but check the December predictions, and if you want a reading on it, I'll do a reading on it. People.com, let's see, Jay-Z allegations. I'm sure I've got it, that it's a 13-year-old. Got to be good. We're on camera, Roxy. Whether that gets edited out, I'm not quite sure. Then he's looking at me like, what? What? I've always felt his energy's weird, so even like his energy is disconnected all the time. I think if I were to look at pictures of him, let's say I just said him and I put images and 10 pictures came up, I think probably 80% of them, his energy would be disconnected or distant. I would also reckon that he probably is not looking at the right camera or the camera. I might do that after this. I always say I'm going to do something after. Jay-Z denies allegation of R of a 13-year-old girl in 2000 with Sean Combs, and he says it's heinous. An unnamed woman amended her civil lawsuit from earlier this year to name Jay-Z as one of the celebrities who R'd her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. What is a 13-year-old doing at an after party of music awards? It's no excuse for what's happening, but I am just wondering, because at 13, you will be like, yeah, sure, I'll come with you, really cool and stuff. I don't know, like, does that sit okay with any of you? 24 years ago, this reminds me of, it reminds me of something. Can you remember I said in the Diddy case, we are on a timeline, and there's a timeline of like they're further in front. There's other stuff to come. Like, we think that this is today's update, that Diddy is this or that, when it in fact it may have been 2 weeks ago, but we hear about it now. And look at this. This was a lawsuit that was filed in October, but it looks like it might be the 55-year-old rapper. Legal name is Sean Carter, has been named in a civil lawsuit filed by a woman identified only as Jane Doe. So we know we use Jane Doe when we don't want to say. To amend the complaint obtained by People magazine, Doe alleges that she was assaulted after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards after party. She's 13 years old. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, where are what you doing? So, firstly, when I heard about this, I decided to tap into it. In fact, I've taken some notes on what I was getting. This woman does not really want to be vocal. So she's not eventually going to come out. She might eventually, but right now she's not going to come out with her lawyer and say, presuming it's a filed lawsuit, means she's got a lawyer, right? So she's not going to come in and say, this happened. I don't think she wants to be seen or heard. I think it's going to be through the lawyer. I don't know what lawyer he has, but I think the lawyer is a very vocal and maybe F's a lot. Not necessarily F's, but swears and some verbal language. I think he will, instead of rapper, call the other way to Jay-Z. And I think that is like an energy of heatedness that I'm feeling. And I feel that is also, I'm going to get into why I feel Jay-Z is really fighting this as well. I'll do a separate read, although I know there'll be a crossover on, could there be cards on the table for a divorce between Jay-Z and Bey, you know, allegedly, disclaimer, according to me, my opinion, which is not a fact. I feel Jay-Z is fully going into this. It's like, I'm going to fight it. You know, you're not getting edge weight and adding more to this, or getting into the social media, adding extra ingredients or anything. I think, you know, Jan-Feb time, there's going to be some headbutting, but I don't see anyone's going to have a victory on their sides for Jan-Feb time. We will get into the cards, okay? I just want to get into the energy that I felt. They're not going to see a victory, either Jay-Z or the other party, during that time. The lawyer, I do feel like, is going to be very strong-spoken, strong words of accusations, and even like name-calling words that he could say. Jay-Z at the moment, I feel, and we'll pull cards, I feel like he's thinking about the impact of this. And I do feel like he is, not overthinking, no need to overthink, but it's not like it's on his mind just when he meets his lawyer. No, he's constantly thinking, and he's thinking of the larger impact. So this is where I do think that divorce talks will happen. But will they talk it out? That's something that I want to go into, because I tap into Beyonce's energy, and it's really interesting. I might include her in this read, but definitely in the divorce read, I will cover her in that. So let's see how long this one goes for. I think, you know, early next year as well, maybe March, if tension comes up, we're going to see probably Jay-Z and Bey, or Jay-Z like post like everything's okay. You know how the royal family did some pictures that everything's okay and they're not fazed or touched by this, in a sense that it's not impacted beyond. Like, he's not going to be like, oh, I'm not fazed about it, whatever. No, he's going to be like, this is really serious. I am innocent, but at the same time, it's going to be like, you're not impacting my life, my love life, my career, my etc. When in fact, I do think there's a contract that he might be talking about or doing that could be maybe just held or off the table, and I'll pull cards on that. You okay, puppy? So they could bring a family photo out, it could be on Instagram, something like that. I do feel like if Jay-Z and Beyonce stick together, they are like power couple in making more money as opposed to what they would separately. And definitely for him, if he doesn't come out innocent in this, the whole thing is going to be actually very damaging for him. So it would be very much, not only for her is she making more money, but for him, now that this is out, them together is like a power couple in making a brand and making money. I don't know how they make money. They must have investments, because I don't know if they brand sponsor something, you know, like I seem to get there's something about alcohol, or like substance, or like, you know, like a chilling kind of vibe. But the people that I know of this is like Diddy Combs didn't he? Is it, what was his bottle? Can you remember the big bottle? And also, what's his name? Either whiskey or Hennessy, I think, The Rock, right? But I don't know of any other celebrities, but for some reason I feel like they could, there's like an alcohol chill substance kind of thing that I feel is there. So whether they bring out a brand or they have a brand, and during also so that money making is better when they're together. During this time where they might post stuff that everything is okay, nothing's phased, I feel like they might also do like sponsors or branding for whatever they've got or whatever's happening, like everything's continuing. So not only family, love or whatever, or personally you're not affecting me, but it's also career wise. I want to pull cards on the person because I feel like she doesn't want to speak. Like she doesn't want to speak right now, and obviously that might change. Now, what I also see in some thumbnails is that there's an alleged female that was there. So I don't know if they mean that they witnessed it, because obviously an after party means that there will be females there. So I presume they mean witnessed it. But when I tap into who could be there, I feel like this person could actually be I don't know whether to say this part because it's going to really narrow it down. Anyway, they could have like a tattoo. They're not like tattooed over or tattooed mania, but they could have like a minute tattoo or a tattoo. This person is going to be feeling pain wounds coming up during 2025. And we need to think, who would they trust to be in that room in 2000, Diddy and Jay-Z, if it happened? Who would they trust to be in that room or witness this? I'll pull cards on who I think some of you might be thinking of. Some of you are on the other side. But I don't think it's who some of you are thinking of. So I'll pull cards on that. I feel overall in 2025, despite this, is going to be like happy the year gets over. There will be some success for him, but I feel like it's a year he's not necessarily going to forget. So let's see how he's feeling at the moment. How I'm going to do this with the dog sat next to me. Don't forget to like the videos that you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content on the channel. You can also join members and Patreon. I laugh because if you're on the Patreon second tier, we had a live yesterday. Anyway, right, let's pull one of these cushions because the dog's right next to me. Good boy. You can sleep. Right, so how's Jay-Z feeling with the accusations or the accusation? By the way, I do feel like this is going to have, yeah, I knew the Eight of Swords was going to come out. It's weighing heavy on his mind. I could see the Eight of Swords, okay? It's weighing heavy on his mind. I'm going to show you the card at the bottom of the deck as well. So we've got the Eight of Swords, the Justice, and the Three of Swords. And here you can say he's really going in. He really wants his justice on this. Some grief here. And when I look at the bottom of the deck, we get the Two of Cups. So that is the impact that is happening where I say I think there's divorce talks, divorce on the table. But I think there's a strong chance they might talk it out, or it's a waiting game. A talk out and a waiting game because of what I feel in Beyonce's energy right now, where it's like, let's see what else comes forward, but very much on his mind. It is very much on his mind. I want to pull 2 more cards for him. There is guilt in terms of this accusation. Disgusting, really, isn't it? Okay, let's see how this girl is feeling. How do they prove this, though? It'll have to be that female witness and Diddy. By the way, if you're not seeing some of my global psychic predictions, the reading on Jay-Z and Bey, I've mentioned for a very long time, over a year, that he will be going down, and watch things that come up. I do think that there is one that is, there's going to be a lot, you know, with Diddy, before all this opened, I said there's going to be one thing and there's going to be a can of worms and he's going down, and boy, did it happen, right? I also said that there's, you know, higher ups involved, and even in this, I think there's going to be a case where a government leader, a politician, someone famous is going to be named, but I feel like it's political. And there's going to be some legalities for him, I think, around money as well, business money. I think that's going to be questioned, Jay-Z. But there is one case that is going to be, that could, I feel, could take him down. But let's pull cards on it. So, but let's see how this lady who was 14 years old, so now she's, if it's 13 and 24, she's 37 now, right? Yeah, there she goes. She wants to stay hidden. Okay, you remember I said her energy is she wants to stay hidden. She doesn't want to talk. Okay, so that's her energy right now. Communication is going to come through, okay, and I feel like this is where she wants the lawyer to communicate. There will be new information exposed, okay. It might take some time at some stage, okay, but it looks like there is some victory in this for her, okay. There is a victory. Interesting cards we get here. The money payout may not work. The money payout may not work. There is going to be a betrayal energy in this case, okay? I do think both sides are going to go hard in terms of trying to utilize social media, which is going to actually expand on the messaging of it even more. There's a feeling here of a payout, okay, would be kind of like a betrayal to what actually happened. Okay, so I think there's going to be a refusal of the monies, okay, if there is an opportunity for a payout. Let's look at J-Lo. I don't think on this one, but let's see. J-Lo knows who the person is, but she wasn't in the room. I think J-Lo has an inkling of the person, but she wasn't in the room at the time. Okay. She might have been at the party. Okay. If she doesn't know the person, she was at the party, but she wasn't in the room at the time. Okay. So, were they dating at the time? Was it 1999 they dated or they broke up? I can't remember. Let's look at the energy of Jay-Z. We saw it right now, but overall, the dog is getting peed off with the cards. He just left and he came back and the cards are falling on him again. Sorry, doggy. Jay-Z's energy at the moment is really focusing on his home life, his family and stability. It's also a big deal is around this world card. I'm not going to be able to show it again because I don't have my crystals to cover the womanness, the feminine thing. But what is the public image around me as a father and my home right now? I want to pull more cards because I'm going to pull 6 more. Hangman comes out, 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords. I don't think he's going to want to pay out. His love life at the moment, Beyonce feels like she's been lied to, or one of them feels like there's been a lie here, okay? He feels rather stuck in terms of the image right now, in terms of his image and the whole thing. There is an element of, you know, the relationship, like I said, his wider picture is going to be in question. He is going to have something come through. He is going to feel this in a very heavy burden, okay? I do think that in some way, it's really interesting that money is going to be offered. But I don't think he wants to offer money. He wants to really fight this through. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles confirms that to me. He wants to hold on to the money, hold on to his stance and really fight this through. Allow his lawyer to fight it through, and the money that he can give to the woman is given basically to the lawyer instead. I feel that that's his energy. I think there's going to be more people that come in to accuse him of stuff. A lot of revenge energy between both parties, and a lot of social media usage from both or one side. Like I said, I think there's going to be a political leader, someone high up that is named at this party. Let me just pull information on, you know, I thought that there would be a contract he is currently working on, thinking of signing, or in the talks, might be at hold. I don't know anything about him, so, you know, maybe it's something being discussed, but let me ask the cards, see if I get anything on that. If not, just have to deal with what I've given. feel sorry for the dog. The card keeps falling and he's like looking at me. Absolutely. A deal he has, okay, and I do think it's around alcohol or something. I won't be surprised. Let me just get a confirmation card. I won't be surprised if this is also to do like sports. I don't know what he's into, something like that, okay, is going to go on hold. And he's going to have to just sit there and wait till it goes further, okay? So there's something there. And that contract, it looks a bit, yeah. There's one contract that's not known to the public, and there could be another which is to do with like sporting trainers, maybe basketball trainers. I don't know why I'm getting that as well. That one might be known to the public soon, but there's one that's not so known, and I think if he doesn't have an alcohol brand, that's going to go on hold. There's one thing of, or if there's an expansion of the alcohol brand, or, you know, for example, a legal WEEDs, or, you know, something like that, they could be tapping into that as a brand. I feel like someone's asking me if Blue Ivy is safe given his accusation. My psychic thing is yes, but let's see what the cards say. I don't think Beyonce would allow that. Ooh. Yeah, Blue Ivy is a no-go. It's an absolute no-go, all right? It's a no-go. Has she witnessed something? How could she witness something? Well, maybe in the last, what is she, 12, 13? Maybe in the last something, you know, illegal. She has witnessed something illegal. That could be drugs, okay? It could be anything, which a lot of them do take, okay? All right, so she is safe, okay? It looks like she could be getting some counselling sessions. I also feel like she's getting coaching on something that she likes, maybe something sports, I feel. Like a hobby she likes, that's maybe something sports. And I feel she's also, with these cards, looking at maybe what she wants to do when she grows up, you know, because the music industry, often they start to go into it when they're teens. So I think that could be coming into her. I don't know how old she is. I don't know why I get 13 again, but I don't know if that's my ego from this lady who was 13. But I do think she could be, in the future, have some counselling sessions. I will do a read in the future because there seems to be, there could be a passing of somebody that happens where she's going to need some healing. Okay, so could this be if Jay-Z goes to jail? Or is it a passing of a loved one? Something happens where she could need some healing counselling sessions as well. You know, Beyonce's energy really makes me laugh. She's kind of like a slay, silent, giving him the silent treatment, but when she's in a bad day, she'll give him a taste of his money. Now, I have actually taken notes to do another reading on their dynamic. And one thing that I was saying, and it came up to me when I was thinking of this as well, is that it'll probably come in the divorce reading as well. She's a diva, right? And he will deliver. Whatever she wants, he delivers. So that also might speak to you as to why they're together. Like whatever she wants, he delivers. And I don't feel he touches anything to do with hers, even though they have access to each other. She'll tap into his with the cards or whatever. And even though he can tap into hers, I would say, and this is going into the divorce kind of reading because it's the dynamic between them. Well, let me just finish the sentence. And if I need to repeat, I'll if it comes up, but I'm sure it will. He, like, if they've met with their financial advisor today and I asked him how much is in Bey's account, Beyonce's account, he will know. But other than that, he will not know exactly. He might know like 2 billion something, but he won't know like 2 billion 50, you know, he won't know the exact. He doesn't watch it. He doesn't tap in to use her things. It's kind of like it's hers, even though they both have access. And yeah, she's very much a diva and he delivers. And I think she is going to try and slay during this time. Look unfazed, but he is definitely scared during now. I feel it in his energy. And his money he wants to put on the defense as opposed to giving money to this person. And I feel that energy because I feel he's seen what Diddy did. Diddy tried to settle everyone with money, and I think it just got worse. And also credibility goes with it. And he just, I feel like Jay-Z's seen that, is like, nah, like, if I can settle this, even if I'm not guilty or whatever, although we pulled a card and there was some guilt, and I might pull another card. Is he guilty of the full accusation? I've not pulled a card on that because it's horrible. But is the guilt there on some part full of the accusation? I get a card. Yes. Okay. So whatever it is. He would pay if it was like, whatever, if I'm guilty or not guilty, I pay it and then it's gone. He would do it. But it's like, nah, my ego won't let me. I need to clear my name and I am going to fight this. And I think also the other person's lawyer is, I mean, I can't say foul mouth because what was done was foul if it was what was done. But they're not shy of calling him names. And so that is also happening. But he's seen what Diddy did and he doesn't see it as success. So he's like, no, I'm not doing that. So he is going down to fight. The other thing I saw them doing is also, this is Beyonce as well, recruiting another kind of PR or social media where they're monitoring every single update and they have the updates. So that if there's anything or anyone out of context as well, they're going to try and say, you shouldn't be using my name or data breach or something. I see that happening as well. She is a bit peed off. But I also want to say, I don't know, when did they marry? Because there is a female unnamed that was there, remember? The more money he puts into defense, I feel like it might end up backfiring, just taking his money and it's not giving more and more. That's what I feel with this. I do feel there's divorce on the table and she's threatening it and he won't want it. He won't want it. Let me see his energy. Oh, no, let's leave that till later. Divorce. Let's wrap this up here, and what I'll do is I'll do a tapping into Bey and both of them for if divorce is on the cards. It could be like a part 2 of this, but I think we've covered basically how he's feeling right now, how the other person is, and how it can play out. So I think they are going to see some success in whatever money or branding or whatever they do, but there's going to be a lot of, I think, there's going to be social media. There's going to be a lot of the lawyer of the other person calling him names, really verbal. This person is really verbal. I don't know who the lawyer is. And I don't know who his lawyer is. But the major impact of this is on his mind. I think he's just had a birthday, hasn't he, in December, because he's a Sag. He's a December Sag. And when was this brought up? A few days ago, maybe. Maybe it was brought up around his birthday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do like, subscribe. Spirit is saying split the deck. Oh, look. It's just, it's the money given. It's the, you know, give and take of money. So money offering. There's been talks of this. I think he's been advised to pay and he's like, no. It's like that. So I just need to change it. I think Beyonce might have said to advise, or if his lawyer is a female, there's something, I believe he's been advised to pay up and he's like, no. So that's what we get there. Okay, or it might be Beyonce that said to pay. So I shall leave you on this one and I will see you in the next one. Make sure you check out the reading of whether there's going to be a divorce or not, and bye for now.